Take me down to the Little White Church.
New York Country 1039 KGRT. That's Little Big Town and Little White Church.
Time now for your question of the day. Brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Markets of Las Cruces. Fresh produce, bread, meat, honey, food trucks, handmade art, music, and more. Every Saturday and Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. downtown Las Cruces.
That's right. It's time for our question of the day, brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces. And you know, today is Top Gun Day. Yeah, that's right. You know, the movie Top Gun with, what's that guy? Val Kilmer. Yeah. Oh, and that guy named Tom Cruise. And of course, with Top Gun, there's always those movie lines in there that you love, you know, I feel the need for speed. Yeah. Or she's lost that love and feeling, or I can see it's dangerous for you, but if the government trusts me, maybe you could. I like that line there. And there's tons of other, Tom Cruise lines in movies like Show Me the Money. In fact, there's tons of movie lines in general that are just classic. Dare I mention, I'll be back. I'm a movie kid. I'll admit that. But, are there ever some of those famous movie lines that you've used in real life? Yeah. Or do you have a favorite famous movie line? Yeah, if you do, go ahead and let me know. That is our question of the day today. Have you ever used a famous movie line in real life, or do you have a favorite movie line that you like to use? Go ahead and let me know your answers. 575-523-KGRT. That's 575-523-5478. And you can call them in, text them in. And, of course, we are live on our social media pages as well. So you can leave your comments on our YouTube and Facebook pages. But, yeah, you got to love those movie lines. Oh, I just remember another Tom Cruise one. I have to look into the camera this for the internet. You complete me. Yeah, that one's a classic as well. So let me know your favorite movie line, or if you've ever used a famous movie line in real life. Once again, call them in, text them in, leave your comments down below for our question of the day, which is indeed brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces. All right. We are exclusively now on our social media pages. So, when I think back of, some of my favorite movies and some of the movie lines that are in there, or, just movie lines in general that are there, those moments in the movies that you're always going to remember those lines. There's so many movie lines in there. I'm thinking of some from, there's all the Tom Cruise ones, of course, but I was just trying to remember, movie lines from Big Trouble in Little China. I just actually watched the reaction to that movie this last weekend. Or, Blazing Saddles, that's a classic one. Or even some of the newer lines that are out there. But have you ever used one in real life? Have you ever, or do you even have a favorite movie line? To be honest, my favorite movie line is one that is in one of my favorite movies, Somewhere in Time, where she looks at Christopher Reeve and goes, "Is it you?" And he goes, "Yes." And they have no idea what they're talking about, but it's still a really cool line. But let me know your favorite movie lines in there, and or even if you've used some in real life. Let's see. Oh, I'm tired, boss. Yeah, from The Green Mile. That's a good one. That one catches me right here. Let's see. I'm not surprised with that, my friend. It says she uses Star Trek movie lines every day, of course. Usually she's the only one that gets them. But do you do them in Klingon? Probably. She speaks pretty good Klingon. Let me know your answers for our question of the day. In the meantime, let's see what's going on in and around the world today. Apparently, there's a new Ozempic side effect known as Ozempic tongue. Users are experiencing a metallic taste that is altering their food preferences. I can almost feel for anybody that does suffer from that, because if you remember the COVID stuff, you couldn't taste anything for a while. Or after I had my stroke, my taste buds did change a bit, and it was really weird getting used to that. That was just odd. But how many side effects are there for Ozempic now? It makes me wonder if it's even worth it, right? I talked about this, maybe Michael Jordan joining the broadcast commentary team for the upcoming NBA season. So after the playoffs are done in a couple of months, next season, Michael Jordan on commentary. How awesome is that going to be? 1977 Princess Leia trading card recently sold for a record $10,850. The Star Wars card is from the original set and is extremely rare. Yeah, if I had an extra 10 grand on me, I'd probably try and go for that one. And apparently, WWE is allegedly seeking $1.5 million from Citi to host John Cena's final match in December. If you're a wrestling fan, you know exactly what's going on with that. Also saw that Snoop Dogg's New Year's Eve special is set to air live from Miami on December 31st. Are we already talking New Year's stuff? Come on, we're not even halfway through the year. We can wait on that one. Also saw that 14% of people consider their partner to be their best friend. Only 14%? Yeah, that's got to be a whole lot higher than that. And Memorial Day is coming up, and 45 million people are anticipated to travel during the Memorial Day weekend. This year's travel forecast is predicted to surpass previous records set in 2005, and that is a good thing, I think. Once again, we are looking for answers for our question of the day today. Today is Top Gun Day, so you're reminded of all those awesome lines in Top Gun. I feel the need for speed, probably one of the most famous ones in there. Or it's classified, I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you, right? So all those famous movie lines that are out there from some of the classic movies. Do you have a favorite, or have you ever used any of those movie lines in real life? Yeah, let me know your answers for our question of the day, which is brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces.